Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's training webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Thank you, Andrea. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. The business is up, rocking and rolling. As a matter of fact, if you've ever seen any correspondence from me, you'll notice that I like to sign things off that says "Go sell big," and the reason I do that is because that's what I think you got into this program for, was to do that, was to do something bigger than what you were doing before you showed up. So as Andrea mentioned, my name is Todd Walters. I'm the Platinum Coach with Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching, and I want to talk to you today from a different perspective about your real estate business. What I mean by different perspective, different from Craig Proctor talking to you. See, Craig Proctor is the inventor, the developer of this whole quantum leap system, what we have nicknamed the Millionaire Agent Franchise Prototype. My perspective is that of you. I am just like you. I was, and really still am, to a certain extent, for sure, a student. I bought the program. I bought into the program just like you did. But I want to give you just a little insight into why. And I think this will help you as you work on your real estate business now and grow this thing well beyond yourself if that's what you want to do. Hey, incidentally, I'm going to be throwing at you a lot of really good information and content, okay? And so I want to recommend that you grab a notepad and grab a pen, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of gold nuggets here along the way. Also, while I'm talking to you, I want you to know that since I am the presenter and co-organizer on the webinar, I can actually see if you're even paying attention. That's right. So if you're looking at emails or minimizing the webinar window, we can see that, and I want you to know that. So because I'm carving some time out today to deliver to you a lot of things, but 3 of them will absolutely help you make millions of dollars in your real estate business. As a matter of fact, without them, you couldn't. Okay, so no matter what your vision is for your business, without the 3 big things that I'm going to share with you today, you will never, ever be able to earn high 6 or 7-figure income. So these 3 big things are critical. As a matter of fact, it's what I learned from Craig Proctor early on in my real estate career meetings, coaching, involvement with him, that allowed me to fix and form the foundation for growing my real estate business. Now, what do I mean by growing my real estate business? Okay, I mentioned that I'm a student just like you, but this goes way back now, all the way back, way, way, way back to the early 90s. Okay, I walked into my broker's office. I'd been a licensed agent for just a few years. And I said, look, I think there's more to this business, broker. I think there's more that could be done. I'm doing okay. I'm making $100,000, which was quite outstanding for a guy that was 21, 22 years old. But I said, I think there's more to it. I think I can make $1 million a year selling real estate. And when I said that, he laughed at me. He absolutely laughed at me. And he said, nobody does that. Nobody does that. Right? And he's right. Back in where I'm from, Metro Atlanta, Georgia, way back in the early 90s, nobody did anything like that. Okay, but in the Remax magazine, I pointed out to my broker, there was Craig Proctor, who's the #1 Remax agent worldwide, doing well over $1 million a year selling real estate. So I just pointed to him. So what I did is I decided at that moment that I was going to wiggle my way to Craig Proctor and figure out what in the world this guy was doing that virtually everyone else on the planet that was involved in real estate was not doing. Okay? And that was a great decision that I made. Okay? I remember calling Craig up saying, hey, I'm down here in Metro Atlanta. I'm doing pretty good. Selling real estate, doing okay, I think, but I want to do what you do. I want to have a real estate business, not just a real estate job, but a real estate business that earns me a lot of money, over $1 million a year. So what do I do? And you know what he told me? He said, come to my conference. We're putting a conference on. We're doing it. So I remember getting the Quantum Leap system, working on that, then getting to my first conference. I remember all that like it was yesterday, very clearly. Got some really incredible stories that I could tell you all about that. Joining Craig Proctor's coaching program, and like I said, wiggling my way into Craig Proctor's pocket. And the reason I'm the platinum coach over and above thousands of other agents that have done what we've done here is because I was a really good copier. And I am a really good copier. I took it literal. So when I bought the Quantum Leap system, joined the coaching program, went to the super conferences and all that, the reason is because I wanted to copy Craig Proctor's business. My business did not make me over $1 million a year selling real estate. His made him that and put him at the top of the pyramid. So it was only logical that I should copy his business. So I made it my mission to do that every day. Every day. And what I built was essentially a Craig Proctor millionaire agent franchise right there in Metro Atlanta. I was able to actually retire from selling real estate at age 39, instead opting to watch my team run without me, without my constant involvement. You know, I actually made over $25 million in real estate commissions applying the Quantum Leap system that Craig gave me, that I paid for, just like you did. Okay, and you know, over $1 billion in sales volume. I know it's crazy numbers, but that's what hundreds of transactions a year, 400 to 500 deals a year. So you're probably wondering, you know, how I was able to pull that off. Well, I gave you the answer on it. In a general sense, I was a good copier. I copied Craig Proctor. So I want to make sure that you really understand what you should be doing every day. And then I want to share with you these 3 big things that are essential to getting your business to where you want it to go, okay? Now, what you've done here, whether Craig described it to you this way or not, and it really doesn't matter, because coming from Craig Proctor, again, he's the inventor, the developer, right? But I'm just like you. I am a student. I am a person like you. I was a real estate agent, a member of the program and all that. So I'm just like you. So I got a different perspective on it. I bought a Craig Proctor real estate business franchise prototype. That's what I bought. That's the way I looked at it. That's what you've bought. That's what you're paying for, is a millionaire agent business franchise. That's what I bought. So it only makes sense then that you copy it. So example, if you bought a McDonald's franchise, you wouldn't buy a McDonald's franchise, invest upwards of $1 million, and then maybe do some of the things McDonald's is telling you to do. You wouldn't do that. You would do everything. As a matter of fact, if you didn't do everything exactly as they laid it out to you in their coaching program, they would take it from you and keep your money. That's the agreement that you make with them. Now, I understand that Craig Proctor doesn't make us do everything that we should be doing, but he strongly suggested, well, I'm telling you that if you want a high 6-figure, 7-figure income real estate business, like I had, a multi-millionaire real estate agent business, okay, what we call a rich agent business, then just copy Craig better. Now, what do we mean by copy? Because it's you know, let's face it, there are elements that may be tough to copy, like the marketing. And the reason is because of message to market match, and that's where the coaching comes in. So let me mention this to you, and then we'll get right into these 3 big things, okay? Is that in order to be a really good copier, okay, you have to understand that it does require coaching. So once you're in here with Craig and you want a business like that, it's just like your McDonald's franchise. You don't buy the McDonald's franchise and stay in it for a year and then say, okay, McDonald's, see you later, I got it. Like, that's not how it works, because there's always changes in the marketplace, in the culture, the demand from customers, supply and demand. There's all these things changing. Like right now, at this moment in history, there's a dramatic downward pressure on real estate commissions, with more and more properties not even being offered up for sale in the MLS. Okay? It's harder and harder and harder for team leaders to find and hire outside sales agents for their real estate sales team. because the commissions in the MLS being offered up to cooperating brokers are going down. Okay, which means it's more important than ever that you not become disconnected here, that you're a member and you stay a member forever if you want a millionaire agent business. Okay, so again, I've been a platinum coach since 2003, 2004, when we launched the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker program. It is essentially Craig Proctor's Millionaire Agent Business franchise prototype coaching program. That's what we do in Platinum. There's no end to it, okay? Where in the coaching program, you're in it for a few months and it kind of ends or whatever, and you can stay in it and run back through it if you want to. But Platinum really is what we created here to help agents get their business to high 6, 7-figure net incomes and keep them there, keep them growing and expanding and merging. That's what we've done. I've seen many agents come in, build their businesses up, sell them, retire. I've seen many of them build them up, keep them at high income levels, and take 6 months off a year. I've seen coaches in our program take entire years off at a time to go live in other countries because they have a sustainable real estate business. So make no mistake about it. This is about you and your lifestyle. So only a business, a rich agent business, can make you wealthy. Now, you can earn income from what you do as a real estate agent, right? So let's make sure to repeat that. You can earn income from what you do as a real estate agent, but you will create wealth from a rich agent business. And really only a rich agent business can make you rich, okay? A business depends on the systems, other people, not you. If your business depends on you, you don't really have one, you have a job, you've heard Craig say all that, right? Okay. So what I want to do today, if it's okay, is share with you 3 big things that I got from Craig when I was in the coaching program, that if I didn't have these established, it would have been impossible to have a business, to make, high 6-figure income, let alone millions of dollars a year selling real estate. So I want to share those with you. So I've got control of the computer screen here, and we're going to get into them. And I think I've done a pretty good job here getting you psyched up for it and motivated and drop some big gold nuggets on. Oh, before I show you some things, write this down. In order to grow your real estate business, you must have an overflow of it. Right? In order to grow your real estate business beyond where you are right now, you must have an overflow of business. Without an overflow of business, there is no opportunity for growth. Now, I understand that maybe some of you are just looking for some business. That's fine. What we're going to share with you today is going to put you on that track. But in order to grow it, you got to have an overflow. So your job every day should be to wake up, go to work, and work on your business to create an overflow, more business than you can personally get to. All right? So here's how we like to do that. I like to do it by getting listings and then leveraging the listings I get to get more. Okay, so one of the great things I learned from Craig Proctor and that we work on and provide the members at our platinum level are crazy, insane, great systems for getting a lot of listings and then leveraging the listings that you get to get even more listings. Okay, and that just perpetuates the growth of the business. And then everything else kind of falls into place, the other systems. There's no way we can get into all that on the webinar today, but I do want to encourage you to get to one of our upcoming Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker events and just check it out. I'll tell you what, before we're done today, I'll give you some information on how you can get a free VIP pass to do that if you want, okay, courtesy of myself and Craig Proctor. All right, so if you're just now joining us on the webinar, again, my name is Todd Walters. I'm the Platinum Coach with Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching since the beginning of 2004 when we launched our Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker program, and it is designed, okay, for advanced strategies, methods, and systems which will help you grow your real estate business into a high 6, 7-figure net income real estate business that works without your constant involvement. So if you want to know all about Craig Proctor's Millionaire Agent franchise prototype, well, that is the Platinum program. All right, so good. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's look at the 3 big things. Okay, now you can write these down. I recommend you write them down as you go. Okay, And the first of these three big things that I learned from Craig early on in the coaching program, super conference, and other that I put in work in my business. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to share with you is probably nothing that you haven't already heard, but I'm going to show you the application of it. How about that? All right. So number one would be the development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. So write that down. Number one, development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. So I'm going to use the coaching site here. Now, since I'm a platinum, quote, member, the platinum coach, I've got access to materials and things you don't have access to right now. I would like for you to have access to all of the platinum program materials. Okay, so when you see some of these things on the computer I'm going to show you, don't freak out that you don't have access to them. I'll be more than happy to show you how you can get access when we get done looking at some of it, okay? All right, so I'm going to click on the file library here, and I'm going to go down the right-hand side. You can see that there's a lot of libraries that as a coaching member maybe you haven't seen before, you didn't know you had access to, and it's because you don't. They're really set up for our platinum program. And again, the platinum program is ongoing. It goes on for years. We have people that have been with us since we started the thing, 2004. And many of those people have been around since I've been around, since the early mid-90s. Okay? But let's come down here to this library. I'm going to look at this one. Platinum Expired FSBO Seller Prospect Library, because it'll help me show you what I mean by the development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. I'm going to download this ID here, 1335, good mailing example. I think I've already downloaded it. I'll pull it up. All right, here we go. So this is a PDF. This is a 4-page sales letter that a lot of expired listings direct mail. A lot of our platinum members direct mail to expireds for sale by owners and old expireds. Okay, in the States, you can get away with that in some parts of Canada. So now I'm not going to go through this system per se, because there's several moving parts to it. But I want to use one of the pieces of it to show you what I mean by development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. Okay, you may be thinking that a unique selling proposition is like a performance guarantee that you see right here on this page, your home sold or I'll buy it, as example. Well, that's only one part. There are actually 6 parts of your unique selling proposition. So the better you are at telling this story and getting this out into your marketplace, wherever you are, and what I mean by wherever you are, let's list some, okay? Your business card, your social media sites, your letterhead, your website headers, your email signatures, your envelopes that go out the door, the return address label on the envelopes, wherever you are, wherever your name goes or is, it should also contain your unique selling proposition. Your USP is your brand. Your brand is your USP. So what I just said there in the last 3 minutes is gold for you. It's gold. It is a game changer for your real estate business. This is one of the 3 big things that allowed me to go on and make millions and millions of dollars in real estate commissions building a multi-millionaire real estate agent, very rich agent business. Okay? All right. So there are 6 parts to it, so I want to run through all 6. Okay? All right. So I want to start with number 1, okay, on this list of 6 parts, and I'm going to scroll to this page to do it. Okay, hopefully I've got that big enough. Andrea, you just let me know if you can't see my screen or I screw something up here. Okay, but
Will do.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right, so and I know some of you are developing some questions already. That's great. I'm going to answer your questions. I've got plenty of time for you today. Okay, and so we're going to get to them all. So get your questions ready. You can ask those in the upper right-hand corner of the control panel there. Go ahead, type them in, raise your hand, we'll answer them, all right? All right, so number 1 big thing that allowed me to make huge quantum leaps in my real estate business Development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. A good USP really has 6 parts. There are 6 secret ingredients to your unique selling proposition. Are you ready? Number 1, you are the agent with the buyers. Okay, so on this 4-page sales letter, for example, Mark here is telling the prospects, I got buyers. And that's what sellers want. The funny thing is that many of you right now watching this webinar have a lot of buyers in your database. You got a bunch of hundreds, some of you, maybe thousands, I don't know. But do the seller prospects, not the people that you meet with when you get to the listing presentation, because I know you tell all of those sellers that you have buyers in your database and show them that, but you have to use it in your marketing. Okay, so number 1, you are the agent with the buyers. You've got to be able to tell that story, form that narrative. Now, the bigger your marketing piece, the more you can tell the story. You can use, quote, all 6 ingredients of this unique selling proposition. Okay? The smaller the marketing piece, like, say, just a business card, the less of them you can tell. All right? All right, but number 1 on the list, you are the agent with the buyers. Okay? All right, let's look at number 2. Actually, number 2, 3, and 4 together. And you've heard Craig talk about these. These are statistical USPs. Statistical USPs. So number 2, 3, and 4 on the list is number 2, you sell homes for more money. You get the sellers more money than the average area agent. Number 3, you sell them faster. Number 4, they're just more likely to sell. Okay, so remember, development and implementation of a unique selling proposition, and I'm telling you there are about six secret ingredients here to having a good, really good USP, and your ability to tell the story in your marketplace via your marketing will really dictate how fast and how fat your business grows here, getting more come listings and more seller call-ins to the numbers, phone number, website and stuff, okay? So number 1, you're the agent with the buyers. Number 2, you sell homes for more money. Number 3, you sell them faster. Number 4, they're just more likely to sell. Okay, so you've heard those 3 referred to as Craig Proctor in the program here as statistical USPs. This is what sellers want. They want buyers, they want more money, and want it sold in their time frame, and they need it to happen. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of this unique selling proposition. All right, let's go and look at number 5. Number 5 is pretty straightforward. It's, hey, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Other people say that it is so. So in other words, we're making some pretty big claims here, wouldn't you say? Okay, well, how great is it to have other people say that we do these things? And that's what your testimonials do. So we call it third-party endorsement testimonials. Other people say that what you're claiming is true. Okay, so use of testimonials. All right, and number 6, okay, is your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it, or equivalent, performance guarantee, risk reversal. Okay, so number 6 on the list, risk reversal. So I'll run through all 6 of these secret ingredients of a unique selling proposition. Again, you ready? Number 1, you're the agent with the buyers. Number 2, you sell homes for more money. Number 3, you sell them faster. Number 4, they're more likely to sell. Number 5, other people say that it's so, i.e. testimonial. And number 6, risk reversal via a performance guarantee. Now, the all-time greatest performance guarantee that Craig has tested and used, and I copied and used, and our other members copy and use, your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Okay, I'm not telling you that you have to go out there and do the guaranteed sale program, but when I'm telling you that you want to try to find out how you can go out there and do it. Now, in the Platinum Coaching Program, as a matter of, if I have time today, I'll show you a checklist, what we call the 6-month checklist. It's on that checklist because we show every Platinum member how they can do this regardless of their personal situation. And it is doable that way, okay? Just might be a little bit different than you think. Okay, so number 1 big thing that I learned from Craig Proctor as a member just like you, that was a game changer for me, allowed me to make millions of dollars a year selling real estate. Development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. You like that? Great. All right, let's go on to number 2. Okay? You ready for number 2? Might surprise you. I'm going to go back to the coaching site for this, okay? And I'm going to go to the DISC test. All right? So number 2 on the list is the use of the personal concept. That may surprise you, but it shouldn't. We are in a business where we must influence people to do things. Employees, clients, past clients, etc., right? In other words, we're going to be selling, we're marketing. Everything that we do is marketing related. We're trying to get a price reduction with one of our sellers. We're trying to negotiate a sale with a cooperating agent. Okay, we're trying to list somebody's house, trying to get a buyer to sign a buyer agreement. We're trying to get them out the door to go look at homes, a client, right? All of these things involve your ability to move the needle, to get them to take the next step. So this whole DISC personal concept that that Craig Proctor introduced me to way back in the early 90s, okay, was a game changer. All right, number 2, use of the DISC personal concept. All right, this was developed by Dr. William Marston back in the 20s. He was a professor at Columbia University. He also invented the lie detector test. As a matter of fact, he also penned the comic strip Wonder Woman. So that's crazy, huh? So this guy was quite talented, and he was a master marketer, okay, because he understood personalities, how they interact with each other. So when we do these platinum OSA workshops, and let me take a step to the side here because you're like, what is that? Well, periodically through the year, I train the platinum members outside salespeople. So I train you and your outside sales agents. All you got to do is send them to me, and I'll train them for you. We do it at these platinum OSA workshops. I do a rather long session on the DISC personal concept because the secret is to learn to sell to people the way they want to be sold to. So when I say that, to sell people the way they want to be sold to, your mind may go to actually selling in the traditional sense of the word, like getting somebody to buy something, okay? But I don't necessarily mean it that way. I mean, like, I'm trying to get my people on my team, my outside salespeople, my inside salespeople, the listing coordinator, the transaction manager, okay? Even my courier. I want them to do things for the business and for me, right? So how I manage them is all a result of their personality type, knowing mine, and using words that will influence them to be motivated to do the things that they need to get done. So this personal concept is massive. If I said, now look at, remember when I said that if you want to grow your real estate business, you better have an overflow of it. That's the only way it's going to grow. Okay, well, that means that this overflow of business is predominantly going to be strangers. It's not referrals. We're going to get referrals, but to have overflow, that means we're doing business with strangers. So when you go sit down at a stranger's house, okay, it's the first time you ever met them. So this knowing their personality type and selling to them the way they want to be sold to means I'm more likely to get the listing if I have the right benefits, okay, the value that they're looking for. And using the platinum listing presentation, I will, okay? But the DISC personal concept will allow me to get a better price, them trust me on the price, collect my optimum fee, okay, and then go about getting that listing agreement signed. Hiring someone on, who do I hire? Well, we found that high D's and high I's are best for outside salespeople and inside salespeople, but maybe not necessarily for administrative folks. So this personal concept is huge. So Platinum members, and I think you guys have access to tools here. Click on DISC test, and you can send the DISC test to whoever you want to if you're looking at bringing them on your team, hiring them. Okay, so I did this before the webinar today. I went to tools, clicked on DISC test, set me up to get it. and I got it. Here it is right here. Okay, now I personally can't take it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can take it, but I know what all the words mean because I'm a student in this personal concept. So I can be whatever personality type I want to be today. Okay, but you knowing this and knowing it intimately and applying it to your business is huge. Okay, it must be. It's one of the three big things that I'm putting on the list here, that without it, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to have a high six-figure, seven-figure net income real estate business. I put it at that level because this whole thing is about people, relationships, influencing people to do things, selling to people the way they want to be sold to. So you better become really astute in this personal concept and how it works and how you can apply it to your real estate business. Okay, like that? All right, good. All right, let's go to number 3. Okay, number 3, I don't think will surprise you. Okay, but number 3 is essential, and that is your use of a contact management system. Your use of a contact management system. Okay, so right here in the Platinum File Libraries, we have a library called Platinum Operation Systems Library. And of course, you've heard Craig talk about your contact management system. You guys use a contact management system, I'm sure. We have our own contact management system for Platinum Program members that I'm not sure you're aware of. Okay, but matter of fact, I'll give you a peek at it. Okay, and let me pull that up here and I'll show it to you. I think you might like this. Take me just a second to pull that up because I didn't have it up. Didn't think about this, but I'm doing it right now. So give me about 15 seconds, and here it is. And I'll throw that up on the screen. Okay, so we've got our own contact management system for Platinum members that Craig and I worked with Commissions Inc., a company that a great technology company, and a good friend of ours owns a company, Dwayne. So we went to them and we said, hey, can you build for high-end real estate sales teams our perfect franchise prototype contact management system? And they said, yes, they could do it. So it took a while, but it got developed. So I want you to picture this. Your contact management system really is a big, giant flow chart. Okay, a big, giant flow chart. All right, so this flow chart consists of activity plans. Okay, you get it, right? Activity plans. So in other words, you just listed a house. Now what? Well, there's a checklist for that. You just signed a buyer to a VIP buyer agreement. Now what? There's a checklist for that. The buyer just put a home under contract to purchase. There's a checklist for that. Your listing just went under contract. There's a checklist for that. You just picked up a seller prospect who's about 7 or 8 months out from making a decision to list their home. There's a follow-up checklist for that. There's a checklist for everything. An agent on your team walks into your office and says, hey, I quit. There's a checklist for that. There's a checklist for everything. Okay, and all you have to do is when each one of these, quote, things happen, the activity plan gets launched and it tells everybody on your team what to do. Okay, so for example, this is a new listing plan in CP Millionaire Agent. So what we did is we took all of the activity plans from my contact management system, Craig's contact management system, which was Agent Office. We took them and we gave the whole book of plans to these guys over at Commissions Inc., and they put them into the contact management system. Okay, so Platinum members all have access to this CRM if they want it. We want everybody using it. We don't make you, but we want them all using it, obviously, so everybody's doing things the same way. The quickest way to $1 million real estate business, okay, or a millionaire agent business rather, is to copy. So if we know if everything's being copied at the operational level, then we've got that licked. Now we can just work on marketing. Okay, But all the activity plans are here. You know, somebody changed their price. There's a checklist for that. Okay? Closing plan, checklist for that. After the closing, checklist for that. Okay? So, and the list goes on. The deal fell apart and it's back on the market. Checklist for that. The thing expired. It didn't sell. Checklist for that. Like I said, agent quit. Checklist for that. So follow-up plans. There's checklists for everything. So the plans are, and I don't have them all here, whether we're marketing to expireds or FSBOs or dealing with buyers. All the activity plans are there. As a matter of fact, check this out. Somebody calls your information line on one of your editorial ads. They leave a message requesting the free report. That message automatically transcribed, automatically added to the contact management system, and activity plan automatically launched. That's how good and how unique and exclusive and high-tech this CRM is. Okay, now, I'm not here to sell you the CRM today at all, but I'm here to point out that your business really won't exist without a contact management system. Can you disappear for weeks at a time and everyone back in your office, including your clients and prospects, still get what it is they should be getting done or received from your business without your constant involvement? And the answer is no. Then you got some issues there. That goes back to your business operating system. So number 3 on the list that allowed me to make huge quantum leaps in my business was the use of a contact management system. Okay, understanding it's just one giant flow chart with a series of activity plans. That's what it is. Okay? All right, so I think I've done a pretty good job here of giving you detailed information on these 3 big things. Without them, it's unlikely you'll have a high 6-figure income, 7-figure net income business. You may still have a real estate agent job, earning you a couple of $100,000, $300,000, working all the time, using email and sticky notes and all these other things. It makes it tough. All right, so let's piggyback on that and give you a couple of more insights into really how this all comes about, like in our Platinum program. Okay, first of all, I'm a pretty good coach. Okay, really good coach. I have the ability to help the members improve exactly what they do every day. So I'll give you an example. Up on the screen here is an email that I received from Larry, okay, a Platinum member. And I was getting these emails from Larry, and I've got it right here on my screen. I think you guys can see that, okay? And I'm getting these emails, and I'm like, what the heck are these emails that I'm getting from Larry? So finally, I find out that they're canned emails that are designed to, quote, stay in touch with the prospect, which are like the worst emails, or I should say the worst reason to use email. Quote, stay in touch with the prospect or client. Okay, so you may even recognize this email. The only thing good about this email is down here is Larry's performance guarantee is here. Your home sold guaranteed. Okay, but it doesn't say guaranteed or what, right? So some real holes in Larry's marketing here. Okay, so here's my response to Larry. Now, you'll look at the response and you may say, whoa, that's pretty harsh there. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. As a matter of fact, let me just do it right here. All right, so hang with me. And I'll try to get that on one page so you can see it really well. All right, so here's my response to Larry. I think you guys can see that. Andrea, can everybody see that okay?
Yes, it's very large.
All right. All right, I'm just going to read it, but don't read too much into the tone of the email, because I know Larry really well. He's a great guy, great member. We have a great time together. So there's some tongue-in-cheek in the tone here, but hey, Larry, what is this email? This is a great way to have people block you and opt out. It's really weak, and I can't find this letter in our system anywhere. I've been getting quite a few like this from you and can't take it anymore. So I have to speak up. If you are going to engage in email marketing, make it beneficial to the recipient and make an offer, specific and targeted, different, engaging, entertaining at the very least. Your letter starts off positioning you as being pretty much like all other agents. You are telling me, as a prospect, I can hire anyone as long as they're up to date with technology. You can do what you want, but this is counterproductive. Why not engage the millionaire agent system that you're paying for? You are buying a Craig Proctor Millionaire Agent Business Franchise prototype. Use it. Okay? And I even copied Mark on it, and I said, Mark, who's Larry's coach, I said, run up to Larry's office and knock some sense into him. Okay, and then I followed up with, seriously, you are most likely not helping yourself here to the extent that you want. What is it that buyers want? Do they want you? Do they want technology? Or do they want houses? That's right, buyers want houses. So if I'm a buyer and I'm reading Larry's email below, here's my response. So you don't have any houses. And they just opt out. Okay, so here's the email. Okay, basically it says, yeah, you can hire any agent, they just need to know technology. So it's not what people want. Okay, and looking further at it, his email signature here is not precisely what he's paying for. Larry's paying like you are. You guys are paying for the guaranteed sale program. So if you're going to run it, run it. Your home sold guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Okay, you got to follow through with it and call to action. All right, so let's stop there and let's go back to the coaching site. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. The very first thing I said to you guys today was number one of the big three, development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. Let me repeat, development and implementation of a unique selling proposition. So if your performance guarantee, which is one of those 6 ingredients in unique selling proposition, is your home sold or I'll buy it, okay, well, this is what it should say. This is what we call the control. This is the base. So when I see your stuff, like Larry's stuff, your marketing stuff, then I'm looking for this. I'm not looking for a variation of it. I'm looking for this. So we have to get to the control first, okay, and then we can test out from there. And you may say, well, he's saying you're a home sold guaranteed. But I'm saying yes, but it's not an offer because there's no risk reversal in it and there's no call to action. An offer is only an offer with a call to action. So, for example, call to action. Your home sold or I'll buy it. Call to action. Order a free report about the program, okay, or call me direct. So you got to go full circle with it. So there's a little more to it. So the coaching matters. So my suggestion for you guys is not to leave here. Like, don't say, okay, well, I've been in the coaching now, I guess I've... No. If your business is not netting $1 million a year yet, or at the very least not where you want it to be yet, then you need to plug yourself into those people that have businesses like you want. As a matter of fact, if I could wish one thing on you today, it would be to pick you up and plug you right into the middle of our Platinum Program members, where over 1/3 of them make in excess of $1 million. That's the fastest way to achieve the levels that you want to. And none of this works without the coaching. And I just proved to you via one email from one member how it doesn't work without the coaching. It will get messed up. So there's business plan and there's system and there's coaching on implementing the plan and the system. That's what the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Program does, in case you were wondering. All right, one more thing, and then I want to conduct a poll and then share a couple of other quick things with you. Is that okay? And then get to your questions. Here is the Platinum Strategic Business Plan and Checklist for team leaders. So if you were to join the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Business Plan, program, and I'm not telling you to do that today, although we can talk about it if you want. If you were, there's a checklist I give you. Some of the things on the checklist you've already done, but most of it, if you saw it today for the first time, would be foreign to you. Okay, so For example, in the first week on the checklist, check this out. Let's go get money from other people. In other words, we're going to begin the process of how money is supposed to work in business. You don't use yours. You use other people's. So money takes on a different meaning and definition for Platinum members than it does for coaching members. We don't use our money anymore. Okay? So, and that, which frees you up to do things that you never really even thought possible and gives you a whole fresh new look at how money works in business. All right, let's go and fast forward to another one. Here's, like I know you have for sale signs. Okay, but do your for sale signs get you more listings? Okay, so we have a for sale sign system for Platinum members. I'm just giving that as one example. Hey, this right here we already talked about today. Establish your USP. Get on business cards, letterhead, website, social media sites, email signature, wherever you are. And again, there's 6 ingredients to that thing. Okay? How about this one? Implement the Platinum referral marketing system. And in the Platinum program, there is a specific Platinum referral marketing system where we leverage worthy calls to double or triple your referral business. It's quite amazing. So anyway, I could go on for that, but I'll tell you what, I'll be more than happy to, one of the questions I know that I'm getting right now is, let me stop scrolling and let me just show you. You'll see at the end of some of these things it says section V, which is section 5, letter G, page 24, section 8, page 44. That references the Millionaire Agent Maker business plan. Okay, so what is that? All right, well, check this out. Okay, I'm going to go to library, file library on the coaching side. Look real close. Okay, we have a category here that says Platinum Business Plans Library. Okay, see that? Platinum Business Plans Library. And here they are right here. Okay, Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Business Plan and the first 6-month checklist. Business plan is about 50 pages long, and it tells you where on the coaching site the materials are, the how-to webinar is for every system. When building your business, is one big checklist. Okay, so in other words, there is plan. There's a real legitimate plan to build your business to where you really want it to go. A Craig Proctor look-alike business. There is a business plan for that, and all of the systems are right here at your fingertips. Okay, so why don't we do this? Andrea, why don't we conduct a poll? I want to ask you guys some questions, and then I want to take your questions in a minute. Okay, but I want to do a quick poll. I've got a couple of polling questions here that Andrea is going to help us with. So I want you to listen really carefully, and if you will do us a favor and participate, I will try to help you guys with some of the information that you're probably wanting to get your hands on right now. So let's go ahead. Let me turn it over to Andrea. So Andrea, you go ahead with the poll here, and then we'll move on with the webinar.
Yes, sir. Right now what you see on your computer, your device screen, is I would like a free Platinum consultation with Todd Walters. Your choices are yes, no thank you, or just in case, I'm already a Platinum member, so just let us know if you're interested in a free Platinum consultation with Todd himself. Okay, we have a good quarter of our participants voting or picking their choice. Okay, yep. I'll go ahead and close this. And would you like to go ahead and move on to the second?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But listen, I want everybody to understand there's no obligation here for anything. So if you raise your hand, ask a question, or participate in the poll, there's no obligation. Nobody's going to try to do anything. We're just here to help. So I'm doing this webinar to help you guys. And I want you to get all you can get out of your experience here with Craig. Okay, so look at it from that angle. Okay, we'll be more than happy to work with you, but I want to encourage all of you to come and check out the next level, which is a level really for life at building a real honest-to-goodness millionaire agent business, if that's something that you might be interested in doing. So let's open up the next poll. And go ahead and tell them what they got there, Andrea.
Okay, the final polling question is on your screen. I would like to test drive the Platinum program. Choice is yes, no thank you, and again, I'm already a Platinum member. I do see that we have several Platinum members on with us.
Great. So yes, if you're interested in taking the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker program around the block for a test drive, well, we would like for you to do that if you're not a member. So we have some free, easy ways to do that, and we'll provide them to you. You just have to answer the poll here and let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. And I want to encourage you, look, you got to check it out. Come and see why there are so many rich agents utilizing this business plan, all of these systems, and living out incredible lives thanks to the help of their business. I want you to see it and experience it. So yes, I want to encourage everyone to participate in a poll, and I appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and close this question.
Okay, great. All right, so, and look, I think that all of you have gotten some really good information today, right? I mean, those are some big-time gold nuggets. Oh, my goodness. So, and I see that many of you have questions, and I want to talk to you if it's possible. So we need to raise your hand and ask your question. But we can take some of you typed in, but we've got time for a few questions here, and I've got about 2 more things that I want to share with you that I think will help you in your business before we get done today. So let's flip it back over to Andrea. Andrea, let's take a couple of questions if you've got them.
Okay, Verlin, and we addressed this a little earlier on, he can't seem to find the checklist for the sync in the file library. Now, is that something just available to Platinum members at this time, Todd?
Yes. The CP Millionaire Agent Platform, powered by Commissions, Inc., is exclusively for Platinum members. And the reason is because it's an ongoing thing. It's licensed to those members. It's all of our systems, materials, all in one place, landing pages, everything in one place for Platinum members that we have the good privilege of helping. Remember, I said this earlier, that it doesn't work without the coaching. Okay, so let me say that a different way, and I'll use my McDonald's analogy. Let's pretend that you just bought a McDonald's franchise, and I'm using that because we're all familiar with McDonald's. You just bought a McDonald's franchise. You paid upwards of $1 million for this thing. You drive up to your new McDonald's, and outside the McDonald's is a guy waiting on you. You park your car, you get out, you go up. He's there outside the front door waiting. He's smiling. He says, "Hey, glad you made it." And he holds out in his hand the keys to your new McDonald's. You hold out your hand. He drops the keys in your hand, and he says, "There you go. Go get him, Tiger." And he jumps in his car and drives away. And you're all excited. You got your new McDonald's, or you put your key in the door, you turn it, you open it, you go in, you cut the lights on, you look around, you're like, "All right, my own McDonald's." And then the next thing you say is, "Okay, now what?" And that's right. It doesn't work without McDonald's coaching and training. It doesn't. So it's the same thing here. This really is a millionaire agent business franchise. It really is. It won't work without the guidance, the training, and the coaching. Okay? That's how you fast track things. All right? So when I say this really is a franchise, it is. It sits right on top of your business. Now, I don't know when you joined Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching if you looked at it that way. I did. And because I looked at it that way, I made it my business to copy everything. That's what Craig told me I was getting. I looked at it that way. The coaching was on implementing the systems. Okay, so if you didn't look at it that way, if you thought this was just, quote, another coaching program, big mistake. Okay, because you essentially are paying for and should continue on engaging in and implementing this Millionaire Agent Real Estate Business franchise. So anyway, it's a CP Millionaire Agent platform. The CRM is part of that. Okay, so let's move on to the next question there, Andrew.
Now, Verlin, he did state he is a Platinum member. So what, again, was the ID of that so he can find it on his resource site?
I think he's referring to the PowerPoint that I was showing. This is not an ID number. Okay, this is just a PowerPoint that I use for Platinum members to show them, you know, kind of what we've done here with the CRM. Okay, so if you're interested in getting connected up with the folks so you can get it going for you, if you want to use it or get a demo on it, just zip me an email. Okay, you can do that. Let me give you my email address, best for this. It's platinum@toddwalters.com. Platinum@toddwalters.com. Just zip me an email, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction here if you're fairly new to the Platinum program and you just don't know about this yet, okay? And that could very well be the case, I would imagine. So platinum@toddwalters.com. Okay, Andrew, you got time for one more question?
Okay. Lewis actually has 3 questions, and I'll just pick the first one. When will the CPCRM be available?
It's available now. Okay, again, platinum@toddwalters.com. We talk about it at the conferences, okay, which is easier to do. We have a special session we usually dedicate at the Platinum conferences, an hour or 2, where we look at it, we talk about it, do some training on it. So, you can look at the event schedule on the coaching site. And again, if you raised your hand, if you're not a Platinum member and you raise your hand and says, yeah, you're interested in taking the Platinum program for a test drive, we're going to contact you and give you an idea of when our next conferences are. We'll try to get you plugged in to come for free and check it out. But that's how we go about doing that. Okay, any other hands raised or any other questions that you can see, Andrea, that we probably should address here? Oh, you said there were 3 from this one.
Yes, I'll just go ahead. Lewis is saying, I've been in the business for 6 months. I've done 3 transactions only, but I'm very ambitious. Can I benefit from being in the Platinum program? Is it really possible for me to make a huge leap in my business in the next year by being an active participant? And how do I find out what type of investment is required?
Yeah, so I'm assuming you polled, and if you didn't, platinum@toddwalters.com. So what we want to do is we want to do a consultation and see if it makes sense, okay, at this time for you to get involved at the highest level with the richest people and other people like you that want to be like that, okay? So that's how we need to go about doing this. Is the answer to your question is I think so, because you're asking about it and you're on this webinar. It tells me you're ambitious and you want, if you really want a real estate business versus a real estate job, I mean like a business that earns you a high 6 to 7 figure income with you only doing the parts of it that you really like, delegating it, the rest of it to a team of great people orbiting around you. If that describes you, then that's what the Platinum program is. That's just the name we gave it to help the agents fully achieve that and implement the business plan and the system. Okay, so if you didn't poll, but you want to talk about this, then hey, zip me an email right now at platinum@toddwalters.com. That's platinum@toddwalters.com. We'll talk about that. And I appreciate you asking about it. I'm not a great person to ask that question to, because the answer is like, if you want something, go get it. Like if you really want that kind of real estate business, go get it, man. You don't let anybody or anything get in your way. Don't let other people make decisions for you. You go get it. I walked into my real estate broker's office. I was making $100,000 a year, hardly $1 million. And I looked him in the face and said, I think I can make $1 million or more a year doing it. And he laughed at me. Okay, well, what did I do? I went and got it. I didn't start out at the bottom. I went right to the #1 guy in the industry at the top of the pyramid, Mr. Craig Proctor, who was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world that year. Okay, and the rest is history. Okay, so anyway, let's take one more question there, Andrea, and then I'll wrap it up.
Well, at this time, we have no further questions in our queue.
All right, good. So we did a good job there of getting them all answered. All right, so one of the other things that I wanted to point out to you, check this out. I got this letter in the mail from a Platinum member. His name's Jeff, and he's using a company called Smart Numbers. You guys have probably heard of SmartZip. Smart Numbers is an auditing company that audits information in MLSs. SmartZip, maybe many of you have heard of SmartZip. So he sends me this letter, and I get it out, and I basically scribble all over it and send it back to Jeff and say, look, Jeff, this marketing piece is really ineffective. #1, it's ineffective if you're only doing it one time. Don't do it. Don't do it just one time. #2, here's why else it's ineffective. All right? There's no unique selling proposition or call to action in the obvious place it should be. Got no problem talking about quality first real estate, but again, no USP or call to action, where it should be in the header. Okay? Let's look at some of the body of it. Right here. My name is Jeff Kim, and I'm a realtor with Quality First Real Estate. In other words, he actually admits in the beginning of the letter is, I'm a regular real estate agent just like all the other real estate agents. There's no difference between me and anyone else. That's really what he says. Okay, so no USP basically decides to be like the majority of agents. Right? Here's another one. As you're aware, 4S Ranch is one of the most sought after locations in San Diego. Okay, so why do I need you then, Jeff? Okay, here's another one. Always please feel free to contact me for any real estate. That is a very weak offer and no call to action anyway. Okay? So, and I went on to butcher it up a little bit more, but that's why he sent it to me. To say, hey man, this is what this company gave me to use, but what's it missing? And that's what we do here, is we take whatever you're doing now that you're investing money in, as a Platinum Program member, if you're making money from it, we'll squeeze out even more money, a lot more money. So the question I got, Andrea, was, hey, is there a lot more money needed? And the answer is no, probably not. My guess is all of you watching this webinar today are spending plenty of money right now on marketing and advertising. You're just not getting all you can get out of it. So here's my offer. If we can show you how to get 3 times more out of everything that you do, wouldn't it only make sense for you to check that out? And I think I've done a pretty good job here today of showing you a few examples of how we can do that. All right, so if you missed out on the poll, zip me an email at platinum@toddwalters.com. We'll set up a little business consultation here with you and see where you're doing, and maybe make some suggestions here on what the next step is, give you a free test drive of our Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker program, talk about the business plan and the system, and how you can really have the kind of business that you've always wanted and dreamed about, maybe even faster than you ever imagined. So with that, that's going to wrap up our webinar. I want to thank Andrea for doing such a great job here of helping us today, and I want to give credit to Craig Proctor. He is the inventor, the founder of this. And again, I'm a student, a member, just like you guys, who happen to be really good at copying and implementing what Craig Proctor told me I should copy and implement, and the rest is history. So hope to see you guys soon at one of our upcoming Platinum events. With that, let's go sell some houses. Take care.